Hey everybody, G4 Video 5 here, and welcome back to another live stream. This time with some more Pokemon Leaf Green. As a nice little reprieve from Rockstar Games. Alright. So let's hop back in. We left off... Oh, this is something really cool about Pokemon Leaf Green and Fire Red. It shows kind of like a whatchamacallit, like a summary of the last few things that you did that were significant. So one of them being leaving the pewter gym. And even showed a little replay there of us speaking to the gentleman at the front of the of the gym there. Which is kind of funny because we entered the, we left the gym, entered it, and then left it again. So it was kind of awkward there. But anyway, Viridian Forest stuff. And then Mount Moon stuff, yeah. Managed to get out of Mount Moon after wandering about, to put it lightly. And then, yes, we saved our game at this spot. And we should be all healed up. So we have our Magikarp, Ivysaur, Jigglypuff, and Pikachu, which I thought we might have needed a bit sooner than we really do. Because I thought we needed Flash to go through Mount Moon, but I'm clearly mistaken. So alright. Let us continue forward then. Now, we've already gone down there, so we won't have to go down those, down that ladder again. Oh man, Magikarp's so close to a level up. I will ignore these wild Pokemon. I really should, because we're going to be seeing plenty of trainers in here. So we've just kind of scratched the surface at this point. And of course, Zubats are going to be very common as we're going through Mount Moon. Let's see. This person's excavating for fossils here under Mount Moon. Sometimes Brock, a pewter gym, lends him a hand. Okay. That's pretty cool. Nope. I'm trying to align myself with that woman because she's like a moving trainer. Which sometimes make them, like, easier to dodge if you don't actually want to battle them. But yeah, that's the intention there, for her to walk into me, so then we can battle. Alright, so let's see what Miriam has here. Oh, an Oddish, hell yeah. I like Oddish. Okay, so Oddish is going to be annoying. I won't switch train with Jigglypuff for this one. We're just going to switch straight to Ivysaur. So I know Oddish has, like, the ability to learn Poison Powder and Acid, and not in the drug way either, but, you know, it just has some annoying status-inflicting moves, or moves that can inflict status. So I do trust Ivysaur quite a bit, but it looks like we could have just sent out Jigglypuff, because, yeah, this thing, just using Absorb and Sweet Scent. So yeah, Jigglypuff could have handled those Sweet Scent attacks. But that's fine. Hey, there's a level 10 for Magikarp, hell yeah. Just 10 more levels to go. Alright, so next is Bellsprout. Bellsprout's not as scary to me, because I think it really just has Vine Whip. Alright, so let's swap out to Jigglypuff. Oh, and Growth, which raises its special attack. I guess that does make it a bit more threatening than the Oddish with its Sweet Sense. But okay, we don't have much to worry about. 2 damage after a crit. You'll love to see it. Although we're being wrapped once again, which actually the wrap damage is doing more damage than Vine Whip, which is kind of funny. It makes sense, because we quad resist grass-type moves. Alright. That takes care of Miriam. Nice 176 there. I wonder how much money we have, actually. Let's see. So that's a nice thing. You can check how much money you have and what your playtime is and your dex number. So 5,000 bucks. Plenty of money for the casinos later. So at level 15, Magikarp learns Tackle. And it's like, even with that, it's still not going to be able to fight things on its own, sadly. Alright, this looks very strange. We're pulling a big job here. Get lost, kid. Yes. So we have a Team Rocket Grunt. We actually fought one of these guys yesterday, I think. Yeah, well, it had to have been yesterday, but during the last stream. Let's actually send out Jigglypuff. But yeah, Team Rocket has been hiding out here in Mount Moon, doing strange things, I'm sure. Definitely messing with the with the local Pokemon. So I'm sure we'll find out their strange motives a bit later. Alright, so for this, let's just go ahead and tackle. There's really not much strategy that needs to happen here, so we could just go all out and tackle our way to victory. Alright, so level 19 for Ivysaur. This is pretty nice because Ivysaur also gets in on the experience. Ooh, Ekans. Yes, let's switch out. I think Ekans is one that has Poison Sting already, so maybe I won't switch to Jigglypuff for this one. Yeah, because there's Intimidate, which is fine. And then let's just jump straight to Ivysaur. Oh, Leer. Oh, jeez. What I'll do, just to heal up a little bit, we'll try Leech Seed. Yeah, there we go. Oh yeah, because we'll need it because of the wrap damage. Super annoying. Well, it's a good thing we didn't switch to Jigglypuff, because when you're being wrapped or binded, then you're not able to switch out. Oh, of course we miss. But then none of these wraps have been missing, and I think wrap has like 85% accuracy. But when you're in the state of continuously being wrapped by a Pokemon, you're not, well, it just sounds so weird saying that, but, you know, because of Christmas, of course. We just had Christmas. We're a bit late to the party with this verbiage. But when you're being, you know, bound up like that, you can't switch out. Alright. But I'm curious what this person was, like, guarding or whatever. Alright, so there's an Ether, which is a PP restoring item, which is really nice. Oh. Alright, TM46, Thief. Okay, well, Thief's pretty nice. I know there's a section later in the game where you can encounter Meowths, and you could use Thief on them, or really any Pokemon, like even the Jigglypuff we had. We can use Thief on Jigglypuff and steal any Oran berries they might be holding. Alright, so Ivysaur is still in good standing, so we will continue forward. With his Rishlappa. Dare I say Jigglypuff can handle this one? I guess we'll find out. Alright, 53, geez, 9. Oh, that's not good. We'll do one round and see what happens. So, again, got hit by 9 damage. Alright, that's not too bad. Alright, that's pretty bad. Alright. But we get to see Cute Charm for the first time, where Jigglypuff's Cute Charm kicked in and made it to where Rattata is now infatuated by Jigglypuff. And so it's kind of like Confusion, where there's a chance that Rattata won't attack us, but it still broke through the infatuation. Typical. All that for 60 experience. Alright. We won't change, because we can still switch change by doing this. Obviously, Jigglypuff is out, then we'll switch to Magikarp. And then Tail Whip is fine. Then we'll switch on over to Ivysaur. Hey, thanks for the likes, Jay. Oh, that's nice of you to send those over. Thank you, Jay. I appreciate that. Oh, wow, nice one hit there. I guess we should expect that at this point, because Ivysaur is pretty strong now. Yeah, I'm doing pretty good, Jay. How are you doing? Alright, then we have Zubat there. Swap out to old Magikarp. Yeah, no, I'm doing pretty good. Good to hear you're doing good, too. Hell yeah. And then I won't switch to Jigglypuff, because there's a chance we can get Leech Life used against us, and that might knock out Jigglypuff at this point. What's my favorite Pokemon? My favorite Pokemon is Blaziken. I love Blaziken. Why did I misclick there? But yeah, Blaziken's my favorite. Do you have a favorite, Jay? Out of curiosity. Ooh, level 11, hell yeah. Making good progress here. Oh yeah, no problem, Jay. Oh, I'm glad you stopped by and sent those likes over. Yeah, sounds good, Jay. And thank you for the follow, Jay. Oh, that sound effect never fails to make me laugh. Oh, man. But alright, I'm going to go back and heal up a little bit here. Because there will reach a point here in Mount Moon where we won't be able to do this very easily. Like, it'll be very time-consuming. Which is to go back to the start of Mount Moon and heal up. Because I think there's 3 floors to Mount Moon, or at least 3 main floors. I think there's still some crevices that we can traverse a bit later on, but yeah, we'll be pretty far into Mount Moon. And so it kind of sucks that we only have one Pokemon at the moment that can really handle itself. All of our other Pokemon need switch training. Which actually, something I should do real quick is, let's speak to this guy. I don't give refunds, you knew what you were getting. Oh, okay. I was curious what he said. Because the intention of the Magikarp thing is that it was a scam. At least, at first glance, obviously Magikarp evolves into Gyarados. So it's well worth the $500, but... yeah, I was kind of wondering about that. Now, sadly, we don't have repels or anything, because I don't think they sell repels quite yet at Pokemarts. I think it's not until you get to Cerulean that you can start using those. And I feel like it's really just during caves that the encounters are the most annoying. Because you can't actually see, like, when... Well, how do I word it? It's like, at least in routes, you have bushes of grass, so you know you can avoid those bushes. But in caves, like, you can encounter something anywhere, on any tile. So there's a bit more mystique with that. Alright, let's run away from that. Alright, can't quite go over there yet. Wonder if this hiker will have a battle for us. Yeah, we shocked him. Oh, we're not using our Pikachu here. Alright, let's see, Geodude. Okay. So Geodude would probably have, like, I don't know, Tackle mostly in Mud Sport. So let's try using Jigglypuff. Not to fight with, but just to switch into. Okay, Defense Curl, that's also fine. With our trusty Vine Whip on hand. Alright. And then, yes, like to switch again, back to Magikarp. Let's see. Yeah. Again, since it's just Geodude, I feel somewhat comfortable doing this. Because we're not at the point where, like, Geodudes are going to know, well, I was going to say explosion, but self-destruct would be the first explosive type of move that they would use. And thankfully, too, even though it's using all these defense curls, they don't really mean much. Because grass-type moves are special. They use this special attack stat. And what Geodude, oh god, is doing, lots of syllables there. But what it's doing is raising its physical defense stat, so that doesn't come into the calculations when you're using special moves. Alright, this guy's kind of like Brock, actually, I just noticed that. With the Geodude and then Onix. Which actually, this thing might have Bind, so I'm just going to jump straight to Ivysaur. Yep, there we go. And he actually missed for once, wow. Surprised by that. Alright, and a nice 115 there, jeez. Yep, shocked again, exactly. Thanks for the 360. Let's see here. Alright, so that's the first Moonstone. There's a second Moonstone that's invisible later. I could use that on Jigglypuff right now if I wanted to, but I don't want to do that just yet. Because Jigglypuff can learn Defense Curl and Rollouts. And oh, Paris. Ooh. I would like to catch one of these. And actually, I would like to catch a Zubat as well, and a Geodude, because I think you can find Geodude and Onix here as well. Oh, geez, Stun Spore. That's not good. Now, it's currently level 7. I didn't mean to tap that quickly. Which I guess it didn't matter anyway, because we're paralyzed. It's level 7, so I feel like really anything we use is going to knock this thing out. So I'm going to use Leech Seed. Oh yeah, it doesn't affect it, because it's grass type. Okay. Well, we'll try Vine Whip then. We'll see what happens. Although we're still paralyzed. Okay, that's perfect. It's going to drain the hell out of our PP there. Yeah, awkward phrasing, but this will do just fine. As long as we don't crit. Okay. And then let's catch this thing. And we do have a Paralyze Heal, thankfully, so that's pretty nice. Oh. That's not good. It's a shame. I guess maybe we could send out Pikachu to try paralyzing it with Static. Okay, perfect. Now, Paris is not the best Pokemon in the world, to say the least. Burrows to suck tree roots. The mushrooms on its back grow by drawing nutrients from the bug host, which is really creepy because Parasect, it's like fully controlled by the mushroom on its back. Which is something, oh my gosh, this takes me back to a journalism class, because like at the end of the year, we watched like this nature movie, documentary type of thing on this type of stuff, where this happened with ants, and like there was this thing sprouting from an ant's head. Oh, it's just so disgusting. See, I'm kind of like Misty, I hate bugs. But we're good, we won't nickname the Paris. We'll advance forward even though Ivysaur's paralyzed. Alright, so we have probably another grunt in that direction. We'll go ahead and tackle that. I think before healing up and using the Paralyze Heal and all that type of stuff, I do want to catch some more Pokemon. And I saw Paris there actually had an item on it. So we'll take a look at that item shortly. How do I want to approach this? We'll try using Leech Seed. we are paralyzed, and then Astonish can flinch us. So it's kind of a double whammy of bad things that can happen. But we broke through, and we actually managed to land a Leech Seed, so that's nice. We'll go with Sleep Powder next. Oh wow, we broke through again, hell yeah. That's really nice. Because now that Zubat is asleep, it'll be much easier to catch. Let's go ahead and use another Pokeball. But yeah, I'm just like grossed out by that. Like it's now stuck in my head that like virus thing controlling the ants, much like how the mushrooms control Paris. But anyway, Zubat, it forms colonies in perpetually dark places and uses ultrasonic waves to identify and approach targets. That's pretty standard, normal stuff there. But let's get this item. It's probably a tiny mushroom or something. Yeah, it's a tiny mushroom. I'm gonna mute to clear my throat. I've got that morning voice again. Alright. I feel relieved in my throat area now. Non-sexually, of course. Alright, so we have more Team Rocket grunts. But what I was going to say about Paris is that it's pretty bad on paper. Because it's a grass bug type, which makes it weak to a lot of different things. Like, it's pretty bad with its weaknesses, but it is pretty handy, though. Because it can learn Spore, which we have Sleep Powder, which is a 75% sleep-inducing move, but Spore is a 100% accurate sleep-inducing move. And so it's just so nice to have almost like a guarantee in the way of putting other Pokemon to sleep. Wow, that's a crazy crit there. We'll try using Leech Seed here. Once again, breaking through the paralysis, Ivysaur is an absolute beast. It's such a champ. Because really, it's putting the entire team on its back at this point. Because there's no way that Jigglypuff and Magikarp can handle this Rattata. Unless we got lucky crits or something. But yeah, this is phenomenal stuff by Ivysaur. It's so good. Yeah, we'll go with another tackle here. But I guess the thing about Paris and then Parasect, we should get Defense Curl here? No, not quite. Damn. But it can also learn, I think, the move False Swipe, which is really, really useful. Oh, I didn't mean to send it out. Well, I guess this is fine. I was thinking about Paris, and then I sent it out. Yeah, I don't want it getting any experience, so I'm just going to use a potion on Ivysaur. And then maybe Sandshrew will knock out Paris. Oh, it's not doing it yet. Okay. Interesting. But False Swipe allows you to... it allows you to do damage to a Pokemon, but if it does enough damage to normally knock out the Pokemon that you're hitting with False Swipe, then it'll actually leave it with just one hit point left. Alright, so Ivysaur is now fully healed up. And then, I'm sorry, Paris. I'm trying to hype you up, though, Paris. Even though, you know, you just got knocked out right now. But anyway, let's go back to the Switch training stuff. So needless to say, even a Pokemon like Paris has its uses, to where you shouldn't completely write it off just because it's a relatively weak Pokemon. It's like you can usually find something good from, like, any Pokemon. like some kind of strategy to potentially use with something, and you know, just kind of run with that. So essentially Paris and then Parasect are very good catching Pokemon. I'm trying to think of like other weak Pokemon, like Love Disc, for example. It's like, you really can't do much damage with a Love Disc, but it's fast. Looks like it has like 91 speed or something. Or maybe that's Lumineon, but it's like its speed stat is its highest stat. And you know, you could do good stuff setting rain with a good old Love Disc, right? That's an idea. And actually, before we continue down south, I do want to check something. Because it's kind of fun checking this. Let's see, this Paris is Bashful, which is a neutral nature. And Zubat's Docile, which is also a neutral nature. Which is actually kind of nice for Zubat, because you can't get Crobat during the main story. You can only stick with Golbat. But I believe Golbat is also fairly balanced with its attacking stats. And I think it can learn things like Giga Drain, which is kind of nice. And of course, Bite. Giga Drain through TM, of course. But alright, I forget if this is the correct way or not. We'll just kind of be going back and forth between the two different directions. So let's go ahead and switch back to Ivysaur, because I'd like to catch this Geodude. As it's using Mud Sport. Okay. Let's see. How do I want to approach this? Because again, Tackle won't do anything. Vine-Whip will knock it out. So I think we have to seed it, and then use Sleep Powder. Yeah, this is probably for the best. And that's fine. I feel like we've been hitting a lot with Sleep Powder and stuff, so we were bound to miss with those moves at some point. Right, there we go. Alright, Geodude's taking a snooze. We're getting some more health back. Alright, we're in a pretty good spot now. So let's go ahead and use that Pokeball. I always forget where our placement is. We only have 3 left, and we still need to catch Sandshrew later. Because I don't think you can go back and capture Sandshrew. I could be wrong. So we'll need to save at least 1 Pokeball for Sandshrew later. No nickname for Geodude. Inside of Mount Moon, I think you can also capture Onix, and then Clefairy. And thankfully I'm not using Clefairy in this playthrough. Well, I guess it wouldn't matter, because later on you can actually purchase Clefairy, but it's like... Clefairy's like a 1% encounter in Mount Moon, I think. And so trying to get the right nature and all that stuff on Clefairy is a bit of a challenge, to say the least. This might have actually been the correct way to go, so I might have to backtrack later. And go in the other direction. Okay. So it seems like the intention here of Team Rocket infiltrating this dungeon of Mount Moon is for fossil excavation. Which is kind of cool, you know, the whole paleontology approach, but yeah, it's probably not going to work out, because I'm sure they're not smart enough to realize that they're not able to revive these fossils. No Cute Charm activated, nice. Well, since it activated, maybe what I'll do is use Jigglypuff here to attack the Rattata. Yeah, so that's what happens when a Pokemon is fully infatuated. It's immobilized by love. It turns into an OnlyFans simp. Or I guess maybe that's a bit extreme, more like one of those like Twitch simps or whatever. But hey there, Tyler, hope you're doing well. And yes, new game. Just as a little break from Rockstar Games. For this, yeah, we'll keep Jigglypuff out. But we'll get back to the Rockstar Games after Pokemon. Man, that's twice now that Zubat... Oh, didn't mean to hit that button. That happens quite a bit, actually. That happened a few times last stream, too. Accidentally pulled up the help menu. Alright. Because I'm trying to think if straight ahead is going to be where we pick up the 2 different fossils that we can obtain. And hey, level 12 for Magikarp, nice. Ooh, the switch training is slowly but surely paying off. I sense a hidden item there, but I guess not. Oh yeah, this is definitely the way that we have to go, so I'm gonna go back. And I hate to backtrack and all that, but I am curious what else is beyond the fork of the road that we found earlier. And that's where the other Moonstone is. So if we were using like a Nidoran, then we'd be able to fully evolve it already. Which is something I used to do as a kid, because I mentioned that last stream. It's like, I remember having a Nidoking and a Nidoqueen, like, both in the early game, feeling like $1,000,000. But then Misty just brings her right back down to earth. Like, she's very strong at the beginning of the game. Alright. And thank you for the likes, Kirby69s. I appreciate that. Currently, we're just trying to backtrack. Sadly, I don't have any repels on me, so I'm just gonna have to continuously run from these encounters. But yeah, I'm just trying to backtrack and get back to this point up here, because I saw there's a bit of a branching path moment. So I'd like to see what's down the other path before we finish up Mount Moon. Alright, so that's the ladder that we came down from. Oh, it was just a single item. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's fine. And it's a revive. Okay, well that's actually pretty handy. I'm glad we picked that up. At the expense of having to run away from like 10 Zubat. I think that's well worth it. Because thankfully Magikarp, it can't do any damage, but it can surely run away quite well. Yeah, exactly right. Sorry for clearing my throat on stream. But yes, exactly right. Super worth it in the early game. Because Ivysaur has been completely carrying my team at the moment. So if Ivysaur goes down, I had no way of, you know, bringing it back. I'd have to use my escape rope to get out of here. Which isn't the worst thing in the world, but the revive is much nicer to have. Alright. I think there's only a few more trainers as well once we are up at the level of the scientist up north here. I didn't see any Onyx in here, so I could be wrong about Onyx appearing in this location. Could be thinking of like Rock Tunnel later or something. Yeah, exactly. Need to get to level 20 real quick. Yeah, with this thing. I'm trying to get to level 20 as quickly as possible. Because I would love to use my Gyarados already. Oh, it's a rare find. Oh, okay, I see. That makes sense. Because I also haven't found Clefairy, but I do know Clefairy do spawn here. But yeah, I'm just catching those to complete the decks. So Professor Oak's aides can give me items when we eventually see them. Hey, speaking of Clefairy, I actually won't catch this because I'm not going to use it on my team. We can purchase a Clefairy later, so I'll just do that instead. Because I do want to preserve my Pokeballs for when we are able to catch good old Sandshrew. So I'm actually going to save my game here. Yeah, exactly. I'm going to need... because I know it's like they also give like the EXP share, which is really nice. Found these fossils, they both hit... Oh, jeez. I thought this scientist was friendly. No, he's gonna attack me. Do I have a team in mind? Yes, I do. So I'm gonna use Magikarp and eventually Gyarados. I would like to use Wigglytuff. And actually, I should have sent out Jigglypuff first. But yes, I'd like to use Wigglytuff, and I'd like to use Venusaur. And then after that, I'd like to use Sandshrew and Sandslash. Flareon from the Eevee that we get later. And then I don't remember what my 6th member is. I want to say I'm going to use Magneton. Because I'm trying to use Pokemon I typically don't use in other playthroughs. But yeah, exactly. You know, it sounds like a fun team. You can get some really interesting strategies going with them. And exactly right, yeah. Out in, I believe it was Route 3, there's some grass patches where you can catch Jigglypuff at. And so yeah, that's where I managed to catch mine, thankfully. Yeah, because it did take a couple encounters, because I kept finding Nidoran female, since I'm playing LeafGreen version. And actually, we'll send out that Jigglypuff right now. But yeah, this is the unfortunately, like, slow part of the game, where there's a lot of switch training going on. Because these Pokemon, sadly, aren't good enough to fight for themselves. Oh, Leaf Green was your childhood game. Oh, that's awesome. Seems like most people play Fire Red. So it's good to see some Leaf Green appreciation, you know? Oh, Smog. Well, we can't get poisoned, so we'll be fine. It's like something I realized, because I've never used Bulbasaur in this game. I've always known it was good. But something that is amazing about Bulbasaur and Ivysaur is that they're poison types, so they can't be poisoned. And so it's like you get Coughing here spamming Smog on us, which I think has a 30% chance of poisoning a Pokemon. It's like it doesn't really impact us all that much. And it's really nice. And like earlier with those Weedle, like they were using Poison Sting. You saw an Ekans using Poison Sting. Jigglypuff got poisoned, but not Ivysaur. See, that's awesome, kind of going against the trend, you know? That's cool. For this, yeah, let's send out Jigglypuff first. Because it's weaker and I don't want it to get hit by any Pokemon attacks. I think at this point Voltorb just knows, like, Swift. So, I think we're safe switching to Magikarp. But yeah, normally I always use Charmander. You know, because I'm, you know, it's a pretty common choice, but yeah, I do like Charmander quite a bit. And exactly right. It's very helpful in this generation for sure. 100% agree with that. And I know I can't knock out Voltorb in one hit, so I'm just using Leech Seed to get a little bit of healing going on. Because I'm not sure if there's still another trainer or two. But this will at least get us a few extra hit points before we leave Mount Moon. I should try and get Sleep Powder so you can do the combo of Leap. Yes, exactly right. It's a very overpowered combo. Oh well, it woke up already. Jeez. That was really fast. I only fell asleep for like one turn, I think. But yeah, Leech Seed and Sleep Powder are amazing together. Because I want to say Oddish can also learn that, but I'm not entirely sure. Exactly right. It is a pain when that happens, when they wake up after one turn. But hey, it's whatever. We're level 20 now. And hey, Jigglypuff's level 14, nice. Oh, Disable, yes. That's a pretty nice move. Okay, so we'll each take a fossil. Well, I beat this guy, so I mean, why can't I just take both? Alright, I'm going to save, because I don't remember exactly which one is which. Let's see here. I know there's the whole Lord Helix and all that type of stuff, which is Ammonite, and then Dome is Kabuto. And I like Kabuto more, so I'm going to take the Dome fossil. Alright. I don't know if there are any, like, hidden items at this point. So we don't have the item finder. But maybe that's something we can do later on, is come back here with the item finder. And obviously a bunch of repels, so we don't have wild encounters. And maybe there'll be some cool items on the ground. But I think this here is the exit, so that's the antidotes, which is nice. Especially after that guy and his smog attacks. And then that's Mount Moon, hell yeah. We are now done with Mount Moon. I'm gonna save again. Because I want to kind of look at some things here. Because this is like the point of no return. At least for now. Where we have these move tutors, one of them teaches Make a Kick, and the other one Make a Punch. I'm not really interested in either of those, although I think Jigglypuff can learn them. But it's not really going to be too helpful. Yep, exactly. You can't go back after the ledges. And so I'm seeing where the grass patches are. I'll also kind of check it for hidden items, too. Because that seemed like a place where you can find something. And in fact, a raspberry is right there, which is nice. Okay, so it looks like the grass patch is down below. And okay, that's a TM for Roar, that's nice. Don't have too much use for it at the moment. But alright, looks like the grass patch is down below. Which I think is perfect, because then we can go to Cerulean to get some more Pokeballs. So that worked out fantastically. So we'll be backtracking in just a moment. You never use Roar. Yeah, that's fair enough, because it's like, it doesn't really have much use unless you're using a move like Spikes. Because Spikes will do some chip damage to Pokemon that are being sent out, that are grounded, because I don't think it affects flying types, but I know with Skarmory, you could use Roar and Spikes as a decent little combination. Okay. Actually, what I should do is deposit the Paris and Zubat that we have, because I'm not going to use either of those on my team. Yeah, for like competitive type stuff, exactly right, yeah. It's like that and Whirlwind are typically used. Alright, let's deposit the Pikachu. I know we do have Misty coming up, but I think Ivysaur will be fine. And then let's bring good old Ivysaur to the front of my party. So, again, I'm going to try catching a Sandshrew. I would love an Adamant Sandshrew. That would be really great. But I won't try too much to get, like, the right nature or anything. I'll probably catch 3 or 4 of them. And what's my favorite gen? Ooh, that's a very good question. Because I love Gen 3. Fire Red and Leaf Green are awesome. I love Emerald. Pokemon Coliseum, it's alright. It's a little rough around the edges, but I still really enjoy it. And XD Gale of Darkness is awesome. And hey, there's Sandshrew right away. And thank you for the likes, by the way, that's awesome. That's awesome of you to send those over. But Gen 3 is like my first, like, that's what I want to say. But with Gen 4, you have Heart Gold and Soul Silver and Platinum. And it's like, man, those games are so good too. I really love those games. And Gen 5 is just black and white, really. Oh, I don't mean to continuously hit the R button there. That's my bad. But do you have a favorite gen, out of curiosity? Oh, no, fair enough, fair enough. And your favorite gen is 4, but you love Gen 3 too, like you said. Yes. So we're in the same boat there. I think Gen 5 is like my cutoff. Like, I really enjoy Black and White 2. I think Black and White 2 are really good. And you have 2 copies of Platinum. Very nice. Alright, so we got our first Sandshrew. I won't read this every time, because we might reset. Burrows deep underground in arid locations, far from water. It only emerges to hunt for prey. Well, interestingly, we're kind of near some water right now. I think there's a water source north of Cerulean. But let's see here. Timid nature, which is awful for a Sandshrew. That's plus speed minus attack. It's a good nature, but yeah, I don't particularly want to use that. So we'll try again. And I really should have bought some more Pokeballs since we were in town. Yeah, exactly. Oof, that's a very good reaction to that. Because even a neutral nature, I think, would be fine. I mean, really, natures don't matter in single player at all, but it's one of those things where it's like I know that it exists, so I can't help but care about it. It's very weird, but yeah, okay, so you're kind of in that same boat then, yeah, where you try to get a neutral nature at least. Yeah, that's fair enough. And actually, I wouldn't even mind Jolly Nature. I know Sandshrew and Sandslash are pretty slow. But even that wouldn't be too bad. And I think Sandshrew is like a 10% encounter here, so it might take a couple of Spearow or 2. Yeah, some neutral natures would actually make some fights a little harder than you would want them to be. Ah, I see. Which makes sense, because you wouldn't get that 10% buff to the stat that you want to increase. Alright, let's see. Round 2 with the old Sandshrew. This time, level 10. Interesting. Okay, let's go with Leech Seed first and then try the Sleep Powder. Exactly, you'd hit them for less than you would want. Or than you thought, exactly. I know we caught Sandshrew pretty quickly last time, but I don't trust that that's going to happen again. So I'm actually gonna let Leech Seed do its thing a few times before I throw another Pokeball. So I know it's already asleep, but I'll just use Sleep Powder again so I don't do anything. Because I think Tackle might knock out Sandshrew, or at least put it in range of getting knocked out, which is what I don't want. And then Vine Whip would obviously knock out Sandshrew pretty easily. Alright, so it's fast asleep. That's completely fine. Alright, so it's at the halfway mark now, so I think I'll chuck at least one ball at it. Alright, perfect. Alright, let's see what we get here this time. No nickname for now. Potentially later I'll use nicknames. Careful Nature. Oh gosh, Careful. That is, I want to say, plus special defense minus special attack? I should actually look that up real quick. Because that wouldn't be the worst. Even though Sandslash has low special defense. Pokemon Natures, just to be sure here. Have I ever done a Nuzlocke? I have not. This is Careful. Yeah, special plus special defense minus special attack. Yeah, that's fine. I'll use this. But no, I've never used a. Or I'm sorry, I've never done a Nuzlocke before. Not legitimately, anyway. So there's been a time where I've done one, like I tried doing one, I think like 10 years ago or something. And I just ended up just doing whatever. Like I completely abandoned the idea of it being like a Nuzlocke and following those rules. And I just played the game normally. Yeah, that's what people say, but it's like, I don't know. The nature could be useful for it because it would be able to take some special hits. Yeah, exactly. I don't know if it would necessarily be able to survive like water and grass type attacks now. But we do see Bite come up quite often, and fire type moves against fire types that I would want to send Sandshrew out against. So yeah, I'm content with this. Let's see what moves it has actually, because I saw Defense Curl. Okay, just Scratch and Defense Curl. Yeah. Let me save my game. It's actually something we could do. Where's my bag? Let's use the TM case. Because like I said, the other Pokemon would be Flareon and Magneton that I'd like to use. And so I could just use Rock Tomb on Sandshrew. Just so it has a little something, and I don't have to switch train it. And then let's go back to the Pokemon menu. Because something I like to do too is organize my moves. So I'm going to put Rock Tomb at the top, followed by Scratch, and then Defense Curl. Thank you for the likes again, by the way. It's very nice of you to do that. Because actually something I could do here is train up Sandshrew a little bit using these Pokemon. Yeah, so let's see how Sandshrew does against a Rattata. Probably not very good, or not very well, but, you know, well, okay, it's not going well already. It missed its first Rock Tomb. Oh, that's fine. Alright, okay, that's a pretty decent amount of damage right there. Probably won't use Rock Tomb again, just so we preserve the PP a little bit. And we're actually outspeeding the Rattata too, that's pretty nice. Well, because of Rock Tomb. Oh, jeez. Yeah, but exactly, not bad damage there by the Rock Tomb. It's alright, that's pretty nice. Let's see if it can knock out one of those birds in one hit. Oh, there's Mankey out here, too. Ooh. Yeah, that'll be a bit of a challenge. Go with Defense Curl for now. And then, let's use Rock Tomb to slow down the Mankey. Although I think we're pretty much screwed at this point. Yeah, probably should have just gone with Scratch, but yeah, it's whatever. I'm overthinking the little fight here. Ah, jeez, just got knocked out instantly. I'd say that's more on me than it is on good old Sandshrew there. So I won't hold this fight against Sandshrew. But if this were a Nuzlocke, then we'd be screwed. It's like, there goes my Sandshrew in like its second battle. But oh well. We'll get some experience for Magikarp since we're taking the time to fight this Mankey anyway. So I guess maybe I'll continue switch training a little bit. That might be for the best with old Sandshrew. Because before fighting Misty, I think we could probably fight Misty now, but before fighting Misty, I would like to head up north to the Nugget Bridge, because there are some trainers to fight up there. I don't quite recall if anybody has anything to say to us in town. No, I won't trade. I could trade, because this is an actual cartridge I'm playing on. Yeah, we'll train first, then. I think you're on the right track. Alright, before we proceed forward, though, I should 100% get some more Pokeballs. Is that a Slowbro down there? Interesting. Repel. Oh yes, we can buy Repels now. I don't know if I'll do that quite yet. I will buy 10 Pokeballs. Yeah, because that's 350. We don't have that much money. And at this point, I'm still catching things, so... You know, grass bushes aren't as annoying as, like, Mount Moon and other cave dungeons, so I think I'll hold off on Repels for now. But yeah, is this a Slowbro? Yeah, it did. Or it is. Interesting, telling us about the mechanics of traded Pokemon. Go get Dig. So Dig would be in the house, I think, over here, right? Or actually, don't they give you a Dig afterwards? Once you're done with the Cerulean Gym? Berry Powder. I forgot what Berry Powder does. Yes, we'll pretend that we have an interest in berries. So the Powder Jar. Something new on the second floor of Pokemon Centers at the direct corner. Crushing berries. Interesting. We won't be doing that, because I have no way of streaming that. Nor am I really all that interested in creating berry powder for that guy, but... Oh no, it's totally fine. It's not a big deal. Alright, let's see. I don't want this guy to describe anything to me. He's a creepy old guy talking to me. There's probably something in the grass. Yeah, there we go. Rare candy. Nice. But yeah, we'll make sure to pick up Dig once we're done with the Cerulean City stuff. So yeah, that would be really nice to have on Sandshrew at this point. Oh. That's our rival. Uh-oh. time to get our ass kicked, as he has 4 Pokemon Pidgeotto starting things off here. Alright, Sandshrew, well, this is not looking good. But he landed Rock Tomb, which is really nice, because that's going to slow down Pidgeotto. Well, I hope your belief is strong enough. So we managed to slow down Pidgeotto, which is really nice. It does still have Quick Attack, but we have Sleep Powder. And I don't want to mess around too much with Pidgeotto. Oh, it woke up already, oh my gosh. It's using Sand Attack spam. This is very familiar, because it did this during the first, or I guess second rival battle, when it was just a Pidgey. We'll go ahead and use Tackle again. That was what I was afraid of. Yeah, that wasn't too bad. Alright. Oh, clutch. Very clutch there. By good old Ivysaur. Okay, Charmander is next. It's still Charmander, which is nice. We're gonna send out Sandshrew again. Alright, so it's level 18, which is kind of funny that it hasn't evolved yet. But still, we should take it seriously. So it does have Ember, so that careful nature did not really do much for us. But something I could try to do is disable the Ember. And it missed. We'll try again to disable the Ember. Perfect. Alright. So then what I can do... Oh, we only have 2 potions. Oh my gosh. Is we will get Metal Clawed. But we'll send out Ivysaur. And we'll use Sleep Powder. Because now the Sand Attack wore off, so our accuracy is back to normal. Now this is where things get a little interesting, where Vine Whip might actually do a bit more damage because of same type attack bonus. Because it's base 35 plus stabs, that puts it at what, 47.5? And Charmander's special defense might be lower than its physical defense, even if it does resist Vine Whip. You know what, let's go with Leech Seed for now. It's still fast asleep, thankfully. I have a feeling that both Vine Whip and Tackle are going to do pretty much the same amount of damage. Now, Ember is no longer disabled, but it's still asleep, thankfully. Still asleep. If we can survive one more turn, I think we go for Vine Whip to guarantee that we hit. Because again, I think Tackle and Vine Whip are going to do the same amount of damage. So let's guarantee that we hit, and we knock it out. Perfect. Yeah, very lucky sleep luck right there. Because that was a full, like 4 turns. Abra. So Abra would just have Hidden Power. I like to change. We just have Magikarp. Yeah, well, Magikarp's not going to help us. And it's level 16 too, which is kind of interesting. Oh, it just has Teleport. Okay, it doesn't even have Hidden Power. Well, it's like, what's the point then? Alright. Like you said, free XP. And then Rattata is the final Pokemon. Let's just go for the Vine Whips. And he did get that crit, only did 16 damage though. Oh. Alright, there we go. That was a hell of a fight. Oh my gosh. Alright, hey, guess what? I went to Bill's and got him to show me his rare Pokemons. Interesting. Yeah, we'll talk to Bill for sure. But yeah, nice, easy win. Well, easy, it's a bit strong there. But yes, thank you though. You believed in me. I doubted myself, but you believed in me. Alright, and oh, we get the fame checker. Interesting. A chatty gossip like us. Oh, jeez. I don't need it because I don't give a hoot about others. Interesting. And then there he goes, smelling us once again. Good lord. Alright, let's definitely heal up after that. Ooh, that was fun though. I liked that. Yeah, he is weird, isn't he? It's like, who the hell says that type of stuff? In like a serious way, you know? It's like he's trying to be, I don't know, avant-garde or something with his verbiage. Alright. Alright, so let's head up north to the infamous Nugget Bridge. No Mew for us, no exploits. And we could also do a thing, actually, which I won't do, like I said. We'll put Magikarp up front here. We could do a thing where we can repeatedly fail the last fight against the Team Rocket member to get like an infinite amount of nuggets by just continuously battling him over and over again. And before the battle, he gives us a nugget. But I won't do that. Yeah, it goes something like that. That's, to my knowledge, how it goes. But it's something I see a lot of people do, like on forums and also like on Reddit. I've seen that mentioned before. And I was like, oh, that's pretty interesting. Especially for purchasing stuff at the game corner. Yep, exactly. Free money. Especially if you want like a Porygon or a Dratini. Alright. So back to the infamous switch training for now. With a Wacky Weedle. We'll actually leave well, no. I'd really like Magikarp to get as much XP as possible, because it really needs it. We'll do some more switch training. It's like I don't trust poison types, so I'm just going straight to Ivysaur. Especially with Misty and her Starmie coming up. Because I don't remember what level that Starmie is. But I know it's pretty tough. Yeah, the sooner you evolve it, the better your team is going to be. Exactly right. And I got the female, that's kind of rare. Well, actually, yeah. Because is it a 75% male, 25% female gender percentage? Because I'm not sure with Magikarp. Ooh, Metapod. That's perfect for some experience. And Sandshrew should be able to handle the Metapod. Oh, it's in the 20s. Okay, wow. that's very rare then. Or actually, it could be like one of those 87.5%, 12.5% ratios. But yes, more Metapods though, because Sandshrew can actually take those. But yeah, I was surprised to see it too. Actually, I was surprised too because it's a, oh, why did I press shift? I'm sorry. I'm like wasting time here. I was going to show you the summary page. But I was going to show you that it's a jolly-natured Pokemon. It's a jolly-natured Magikarp. Yeah, at 15 we end up getting Tackle. Exactly. And it's still gonna be super weak. That thing's gonna be doing like 3 damage to Caterpie. But yeah, it was jolly and female, and I was very surprised by that. And the Jigglypuff we have is Modest, which is what I wanted, because I wanted to teach it Ice Beam, Thunderbolts, Reflect, and Light Screen. That's kind of the moveset I'm going for. Plus, with it being Jolly the Magikarp, when we eventually learn Dragon Dance, we'll be able to get those off quickly, which then boosts our attack and speed even more. Yep, exactly right, the special setup. It is very OP, because I would love to take down Lance later in the game with Wigglytuff. I think that'd be really cool. It's like I want to preserve the Rock Tomb PP a little bit. But something I realized, I could just go back to the Pokemon Center and get more PP that way. There we go. The Poke MMO. Yes, I've heard about that before. I've never tried it. But it does look somewhat interesting, for sure. And hey, Sand Attack, nice. Oh, and Kakuna! This guy just has it all, doesn't he? Alright. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe I'll have to give that a shot then. As we have another hardened battle here. Alright, so we'll just spam Rock Tomb some more. But yeah, I'll have to look into that for sure. Oh damn, look at that crit. Oh, hell yeah. Nice, level 13 with Magikarp now. Damn, Sandshrew putting in some work against a bug trainer. Very cool. Alright, let's heal up just in case Sandshrew can be used some more. Want to restore the Rock Tomb PP. It's really cool. It has Generation 1 through 5, and you can start in whichever gen you want. Oh, that's like the dream of a lot of people. Like, I see that, like, opinion online quite a bit, where people really want a game with, like, all the regions in it. So it's like, that's pretty much it right there. That's really cool. Because I think I probably would want to start out in the Hoenn region. Because I'd imagine your starter is determined by which region you start in. So I'd want to use Torchic as like my ace. Can't even sell Pokemon. There's a market where everybody sells stuff. Oh, okay. Interesting. It's like a public marketplace type of thing. That's really neat. Which that actually reminds me of Gen 5. Ah, Sand Attack. Damn. Rock Tomb might miss a few times here. But yeah, that reminds me of Gen 5, because I think that was the gen that had the Join Avenue or something like that. Where, like, you could speak to random people passing through that area and have them set up shops and stuff. Damn, it was one Sand Attack. Well, I guess now it's 2 Sand Attacks. And I missed all my Rock Tombs so far. Yes, Black and White 2, that's right. Black and White 2 had that. Alright, let's go with Scratch. Alright, perfect. And then Oddish, ooh, interesting. Since we're kind of at that point of using our other Pokemon besides Ivysaur, let's try using Jigglypuff against this Oddish. We'll see how good or poorly this goes. Because I'm not sure if Oddish has Poison Powder yet. It might be a bit later. Actually, you know, those are games I should play again. Black and White 2. It's been a very long time. And I remember really enjoying that game. Especially with the Pokemon World Tournament. That was a lot of fun. Ooh, very nice crit Jigglypuff. As this Oddish just spams Absorb on us. Interesting. Alright, thankfully it sold there and just used Sweet Scent, so that was nice. Because I think it could have prolonged this battle another turn or two. Alright, next is Bellsprouts. Alright, clearly Jigglypuff can't quite handle taking out an entire team yet, so yeah, we'll swap out for Magikarp and then switch to good old Ivysaur. It's funny when the AI does that. Yeah, exactly. They just... a lot of the time, they're like their own worst enemy with things. It's like they definitely wouldn't have won this entire fight, but they would have come close to knocking out Jigglypuff. It's like they see your team and they just give up instantly. Yeah, they're just intimidated. Oh, which I can't wait to get the Gyarados for the ability Intimidate. It's just such a great ability. Just getting a free minus attack placed on your opponent. Just so good. Alright, I keep doing this a lot, but it's like I do want to use Jigglypuff and Sandshrew a bit more. So I'm going to heal up here before we take on that youngster. And I think really only Gyarados is going to have the most like worthwhile ability on my team when everybody's fully evolved. I guess Cute Charm can be kind of nice, but... Alright, let's see here. Yeah, we have the Magikarp. Okay. It is nice, though, that they just let you abandon this challenge, because it's like the final reward is a nugget, but it's like... It's pretty easy to do, to take out all these trainers, if you could just leave at any point and then come back. It's like, it's a really silly concept, but I'm in favor of it, because that's a free $5,000 right there. Alright, there goes the Sandshrew. And then Ekans, which will have Intimidate, probably. Man, if only we had Dig. Sandshrew could take out that Ekans with no problem. But I don't want to have to worry about Ekans using Poison Sting and then poisoning my other Pokemon. It's like, we'll just continue using Ivysaur. Is this my first live? No. I've done quite a few lives over the past month and a half or so. I've mostly been playing Grand Theft Auto games and Red Dead Redemption, I most recently completed. And so, a lot of people have been following for that game, or for those types of games. So that's why there's really not anybody watching right now. Except for you, which I'm very grateful for, actually. Or else I'd just be rambling to myself. But, I have had friends also pop in and join, which has been nice, too. But, yeah. No, so I guess the answer there would be no. I've streamed a few times over the past month and a half or so. It's like even their dialogue, I'm number 4, getting tired. Well, no, I'm not getting tired because I could just leave at any point. Oh damn, Nidoran male, level 16. Again, I would love to use Sandshrew, but sadly not yet. Well, that's good. I'm glad you're glad to be, yeah, you're glad, I'm glad that you're glad that you're here. Yes, that's how we would word that. Or how I would word that. Yes. But alright. Which actually normally Nidoran male is like a staple of a lot of my teams whenever I play this game. Because I love Nidoking. I think it's my favorite Gen 1 Pokemon these days. Yeah, that's fair enough. Oh, and she has Nidoran female. Nice. Alright, let's switch back to old Magikarp. And then swap back to Ivysaur. Oh, that's awesome. You like it too. Hell yeah. We are Nidoking appreciators. Which isn't hard to do. I just love how versatile that thing is. Let's go with Tackle. This Poison Point doesn't matter either. But yeah, it's like... I remember using a special Nidoran male at one time, where it was using Bolt Beam, and I want to say Surf, because it can learn Surf, which is really cool. And I think the 4th move slot was like some HM, but it was actually doing some work, because it's not slow, it has some pretty decent speed. Nice little punch to it as well. Yeah, Bolt Beam being the Thunderbolt and Ice Beam combination. So it's like kind of like what I'm doing with my Wigglytuff here. Wait, what is it? Oh, Mankey, okay. Yeah, we'll go with the Ivysaur again. Yeah, it is very OP, being able to do that. Welcome the Mook over in YouTube chat. I hope you didn't take anything personal. Oh, no, it's fine, man. It's all good, Mook. But welcome. Hope you're doing well. What do you got? Oh, yeah, with you and L. Yeah, no, that's fine. Nah, I mean, I really don't mind. But yeah, Bolt Beam is a pretty nice little combination there. So actually, normally I use Clefairy as well. Clefairy's kind of a staple of my team. And that learns Bolt Beam and Calm Mind, which is especially nice. Alright. So just one more battle here on the old Nugget Bridge. And I think there's some trainers beyond that point. And it's like it kind of sucks because from what I remember, there are some trainers aligned in a way to where it's like you would think you would double battle them, but then they just battle you individually, even though they're both looking at you. Oh yeah, all good, Mook. It's no problem. Oh yeah, for sure. Like, if you find a Pokemon that can learn that combination, it's very, very nice. As long as they have, like, a decent special attacking stat. Alright, so this is the guy that gives you the nuggets, and then he reveals himself to be a Team Rocket member. Oh, that's good. Well, that's good to hear, Book. Yeah, again, it's all good, man. So with this Ekans, let's switch to Ivysaur. It's just gonna make things a bit easier. I'm actually surprised Wrap missed. Seems like anytime the enemy's been using Wrap, they just always hit. It's like it's an 80% accurate move or something like that. It's like 85. But of course the enemies never miss. Oh wow, Nose Bite. It's pretty nice. Alright, Zubats. Also, welcome L. Let's go with Sandshrew. I won't switch train this time, because I'd like to see if I can knock out the Zubat. It's probably going to be like level 15, but we'll try at least one attack. Oh yeah, well it's no problem, Al. It's all good. But I do like how when you joined, you see those messages there. But yeah, it's all good. Yeah. But anyway, very nice. We actually have Sandshrew doing some work now. All right. Oh, I was gonna say down here we have like an item or something. We also have a trainer just popping out of nowhere. They like blended in with the grass. Kind of reminds me of those ninja boys in Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald. Alright, so with Rattata... let's go with Jigglypuff. Yeah, exactly, jump me, exactly right. Just popping out of the woodworks. Yeah, let's not mess around much. Let's just go for the pounds. Yeah, but not too much was missed. Hey, there's cute Charm doing some work there. But I did catch a Sandshrew, which is a careful nature, which I'm okay with. It's a plus special defense, minus special attack nature. So yeah, not too shabby, I'd say. Alright, let's send out Magikarp. Yeah, exactly. Can't wait to teach that Sandshrew dig once we're done with Misty's gym. And then, of course, Brook Break once we get to Celadon City and the department store. Which actually also has the TM dig, so that's pretty nice. Wait, what? Oh, okay. I keep forgetting, like, what is being sent out against me. Yeah, exactly. Careful is fine. Plus, it's like... Sandslash and Sandshrew don't have the best special defense stat, so it is nice to get a little boost to that stat at the expense of special attack, which I'll never use on Sandshrew. Alright. Alright. Yeah, take that, Camper Shane. Alright, let's see what's down here, besides Bellsprouts, probably. Oh, and Caterpie, interesting. See, now, if Magikarp had Tackle, we might be able to handle some Caterpie. Oh, there's nothing down here, interesting. There might be a hidden item in the bottom left, but I'm not too sure. Nor do I want to go back and test that out. So, we'll continue moving forward. If I'm not mistaken, there's a hidden item here, right? No, there's not. Ooh, TM45 Attract. So instead of relying on Cute Charm to activate, we can just use Attract and infatuate our opponents instantly. So that's pretty nice. Let's get this berry. Ooh, a Pecha Berry for poison. Nice. Alright, I'm gonna save my game because I'm like nervous. Because I'm playing on my analog pocket. And it's like sometimes it can delete your save file or corrupt and freeze and stuff. I'm trying to be a bit cautious here. Alright. Let's see. I think it's near Bill's house that there's a hidden item in the environment. Okay. And then nice, been getting those berries too. Yes, exactly, because you can tell where the berries are because there's like this little, I don't know, some kind of like ridge-looking thing in the ground, some kind of texture. It's like I want to use Sandshrew, but I'm sure Machop has like Karate Chop right now. And I shouldn't test that. Yeah, there's Karate Chop right there. But yeah, exactly right. They couldn't be arsed to make berry trees, so they just put little dark squares. Yep. And it's funny because they even have a berry forest in the Sevi Islands. Exactly, a shadow. It's very scary, the shadow is. But yeah, it's too bad they didn't incorporate berry trees and stuff into Fire Red and Leaf Green. Because I actually enjoy the berry planting aspect. Which I think we're both in that same boat, because we've had to do that. And by both of us, I mean myself and Al in the YouTube chat. Where it's like, I know we both like growing the EV reducing berries. From what I remember anyway, I could be wrong about that. But I think I'm right. And hey, Razor Leaf. Interesting. So Vine Whip's 35, but 100% accurate, but only has 10 PP, which has been kind of annoying. Razor Leaf, 55 power, 95% accurate, high crit ratio, and 25 PP. We'll go with Razor Leaf. And okay, I was remembering that right. Okay, perfect. Alright. Because I think there's another hiker nearby, too. Yeah. Lots of trainers. Just throwing trainers up the ass all over the place in this particular area. Because the bridge had like 6 trainers, you know? It's crazy. Alright, so Magikarp should level up after this. Man, level 17 Onix. Using Rock Throw, interesting. That did 9 damage. But that did all the damage. To good old Onix. Yeah, they want me to level exactly right. And hey, there's Tackle for Magikarp. Alright, so let's fight some Caterpie now. Let's go back to Viridian Forest. Oh, well, I guess we can't because of that ledge. I'm gonna go heal up though, because Ivysaur is kind of low on hit points. Or hit points, and I don't have any more potions, I don't think. I might have 1 or 2 left. We're kind of low on potions now. I suppose for context on the YouTube chat, it's been nice today. On the TikTok side, it's like there's been someone commenting quite a bit. Old Kirby69's been having a good chat with him. It's like I was thinking maybe I should show the TikTok chat on the YouTube side, since I show the YouTube side on the TikTok side. But anyway. Let's see what this youngster has in store for us. Some Warwish-Schlappa. Alright, as always, we'll see what good old Jigglypuff can do against Rattata. It seems to be all Jigglypuff ever actually fights. Alright, more Infatuation. It's also getting destroyed. We'll try attacking. See what happens. Tail Whip. Oh god. Well, it buys us an extra turn. Okay, perfect. It did that thing that we were talking about earlier. It's like the AI just kind of sold there. It's like it could have pretty easily knocked out Jigglypuff, but decided to just spam Tail Whip instead. Alright, so I like seeing that Spearow, because even though Sandshrews very underleveled, we can try using Sandshrews Rock Tomb. Exactly right. It's the same thing happened. Oh, Fury attack. Interesting. Watch this hit all 5 times. Okay, just 3 times. Well, it still did enough damage to scare me, so I'm going to swap out to Ivysaur now. Alright, so with this, let's go with Sleep Powder. Every time I get hit with that move, they always hit me 5 times. I have the worst luck. Yeah, exactly. Well, I'm in that same boat. I guess not in this particular moment, because they only hit 3 times, but they still got a crit on that 3rd attack, which is kind of annoying. But yeah, it seems like, you know, you see that with like Double Slap with Jigglypuff. And hey, well, there's a bit of turn and luck there. The nice crit with the tackle attack. Yeah, the crit counts as an extra. Exactly. Alright, still got some nice experience for Sandshrew. But yeah, I seem to remember like Skitties in Ruby Sapphire and Emerald just spamming Double Slap and getting all their hits in. Oh, Youngster Dan. Shoutouts Dan Davidson. With the Slowpoke. Interesting. Because Slowpoke might have Confusion. But we just kind of got to go for it with Ivysaur. Yeah, there's the Confusion. Only 13 damage, okay. Alright, well that was uneventful. I thought that would be a bit more problematic, seeing that highly leveled Slowpoke there. Alright, let's see what this person has. Kelsey. More Nidoran, much like the person on the bridge. Oh man, I'm so excited seeing Magikarp progress the way it is. It's a shame this won't happen. But it would be awesome if it happens. If Magikarp evolved into Gyarados before Misty. And then we use Gyarados during Misty's fight. Oh, that would be so cool. This Gyarados would actually be pretty good, because it would resist Water Pulse, and it knows Bite. Which is super effective against Staryu and Starmie. Yeah, I would have to grind for that. And it's like if I were playing solo off-stream, then I'd totally grind for that. But since we're streaming, it's like, I don't want to faff about too much, you know? Yeah, exactly right, Al. Same sentiment there. Yeah, let's switch again. Yeah, that would be great if we had the Versus Seeker now. So I think you get that in the town with Lieutenant Surge. I can't remember the name of it. I think, anyway. Could be wrong about that. But one of Professor Oak's aides are hanging around there. Vermilion City, I think. Which reminds me, I should catch the Bellsprout that's going to be hanging around here on this route. Ooh, another nice crit from old Ivysaur. Coming in very clutch. You know, this playthrough so far has really made me appreciate Bulbasaur. We have a Hiker, so they're going to have probably a Geodude or an Onix. They could have a Machop, but we'll take that chance. Okay, they just have a Geodude. Perfect. And it's pretty low level, too. Level 13. Nice. Oh, just more all the shame, like, all the more sad words. I wish we had Dig on Sandshrew, is what I'm trying to get at there. Because Sandshrew would be able to take out these Geodude. if it had a ground type attack. So I actually wouldn't even mind having Mud Slap, like how in Gen 2 Mud Slap is the first TM you get from a gym leader. It's like, yeah, that wouldn't be too bad right now. Shoutouts to Fanfy, by the way. Because I remember in Crystal, I used to like using Fanfy and teaching it Mud Slap. And that was like its main move for most of the game. Until you get Earthquake. Alright, this one was smart. It actually used Tackle. I think we'll be okay if we continue doing this. Because I wouldn't be surprised if this guy just had all Geodudes. Kind of reminds me of those trainers that have like all Magikarp. Which I know a lot of people hate, because they're very annoying. But I actually don't mind that, because like, I know in Gen 4 there's a trainer like this. In Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum, where he has like 6 Magikarp outside of Eterna Forest. And I don't mind that, because it's like... Wait, did I switch there? I think I switched. Yeah, because it used Defense Curl. Anyway, it's like that's 6 speed effort values right there, you know? Just all at once. You don't have to go finding the Pokemon. It's just you fight that trainer, and you get 6 very nice effort values for the speed stat. Alright, so the final Mon here, Machop. Again, only level 13, so I think we'll be okay. Oh, and I should have used Razor Leaf. Oh well. Thankfully, again, Machop is selling here. There we go. Oh, a nice crit. Hell yeah. Love seeing those crits roll in, especially with the increased critical hit ratio. And I love how that guy's name is Knob. I just noticed that there. It's like, what the hell? Alright, so I'm gonna heal up. And then I think we just have a few more trainers now. Then we can take on Misty. It is the best name, right? I wish my parents named me Knob. Alright, let's head back up north now. I don't know if there's anything else that we can find besides Bellsprouts or Oddish if you're playing Fire Red and Leaf Green on Route 24. And I guess Route 25 by extension. And I actually misremembered. I thought both of these trainers were like next to each other. Or like looking at each other. And yeah, we could avoid needing cut by just forcing this guy to walk towards us to get the item behind him. He's in one of the other Pokemon games as well, I think in Gen 4. Yeah, exactly, outside of the Eterna Forest area. Or unless you're talking about Knob. Because I just instantly thought back to the to the Magikarp thing. That's right. Okay, yes. Yeah, damn, I wonder where he is then. I wonder where Knob is hiding in Gen 4. I guess he could be in the same spot if he's in Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Alright, Ekans, let's see. Actually, I'm going to mute again to get some water. I guess that's something the wiki would probably have information on. So I'd like to look that up later, to see Knob in action. Alright, that takes care of Camper Flint. Let's see what item he was hiding in front of. CM43 Secret Power. Okay, that's pretty interesting. I don't have the moves Secret Power turns into memorized. So we have a nice Oranberry there. Cool. Wait, what the hell? I like bonked on something that wasn't there. Oh, that was interesting. Alright, let's see what Chad has in store with an Ekans to start out. But, yeah, Secret Power is pretty cool, because depending on the environment that you're battling in, it can change into a different type of move. And I think in some terrain, it can even turn into Earthquake. I think in, like, the desert area of the Hoenn region, for example. We'll go with Tackle. Yeah, Secret Power can be pretty fun. I think, unfortunately for gym leaders, inside of buildings, it turns into Swift. So it's not great there. Can I switch? I didn't think I'd be able to switch. Okay, perfect. Because the Ekans wrapped me, so thought I was forced to stay in. But I guess it would make sense that it got knocked out, so then, you know, you're free at that point. But I remember Secret Power being pretty handy in Pokemon Colosseum, because Umbreon, your starting Umbreon, knows Secret Power. And in a lot of the areas, when you're battling with it, it can actually paralyze your opponent. It seems like it functions differently in that game. Like, I don't know, it's weird. Alright, so let's get this Bluckberry. Put that in the berry pouch. And we'll save our game, because it's been a little while. Damn, 4 hours already. Alright, and this should be the last trainer, because I don't think that couple down there battles us. Alright, good old Oddish. With its 1 damage. Oh, love that. I actually like Sweet Scents. I always like that noise that it makes. It's like very majestic sounding or something. Okay, they don't battle me down there. Okay, perfect. Ooh, and actually, I forgot to put on live chat on the YouTube chat. So that way I can see if people are using swear words or not. Alright, not that that really matters, but just out of curiosity. Alright, so with this Pidgey, dare I say, Sandshrew has a chance. Also, thank you again for those likes coming through. We're almost at 2,000 likes now, and it's exclusively because of Kirby 69s. It's a very, very cool stuff. Even cooler than Sandshrew being able to actually knock out things now. Alright, so one more Oddish, and then we will be done, I think. we'll be able to talk with Bill. Actually, something I forgot too is that Misty's gonna have some gym trainers. Some more opportunities for Magikarp to get some XP. I'm gonna laugh if, like, Magikarp ends up getting to level 19 or something. It's like so close yet so far away for taking on good old Misty. You should definitely grind for Gyarados. Magikarp will be level 17, and then you got the junior trainers. Yeah, exactly right. Yeah, if yeah, I think I'll give that a shot then. Yes, and actually I might have more than one rare candy. Let me see. I have 2 rare candy. So theoretically, we only need to get to level 18 for some arbitrary reason. There should be a second one behind the badge guy's house. Oh yes, that's where I got the second one from. Yeah. Very, very good shout. So I did do a little bit of exploring in Cerulean. Love how he says he's not Josh, I guess. Help Bill out of here, no. I didn't even say yes, he just instantly forced me to say yes. Interesting. Alright. I wonder if I could just walk out as he's in there. I won't do that. We won't be cruel. Alright, awesome. You remember being so confused by the phrase, "I'm not joshing you." I wonder where that phrase originates. Yeehaw, thanks bud. I owe you one. Interesting. Yeah, like why, you know, how did joshing become a verb? Nice, we get the SS ticket. Hell yeah. Yeah, Vermilion City. Okay, yeah, I was right about the Lieutenant Surge stuff. If I'm not mistaken, in Gen 4 in Heart Gold and Soul Silver, I think here's where you get the Eevee, but I could be wrong about that. It's like they used an English dictionary from oh my gosh, from 1902. It's like I'm getting an Ekans wrapping my throat right now or something. Oh my gosh. See, that's what I get for waking up and then just instantly streaming afterward. I love that they put this line in here. Because Misty is on a date in Heart Gold and Soul Silver at this spot. Oh, that's cool. And obviously these two are talking about this spot being like a date spot. That's really nice. I like that. But in terms of grinding the Magikarp, I feel like I'm being attacked again. Oh yeah, there's that Ace Trainer over there blocking Cerulean Cave. So no early Mewtwo for you once you get Surf. But yeah, let's go ahead and do some grinding, which won't be the most exciting, but I do like the idea of using Gyarados instead of Ivysaur for Misty. Damn, we're already almost at level 17. Oh yeah, I forgot to read the rest of your comments. I just saw the Pizza Hut and Magikarp thing. But let's see, it's like they used English dictionary from 1902, yes, and then that's where I started choking on my saliva, apparently. Man, that didn't do as much as I was hoping. Oh, thank goodness for the lowered speed there. Hell yeah. So he talks like this because in the original Japanese, Bill speaks Kansai dialect, so they made him a southern guy here. Which kind of reminds me of Thai. from the debate video, because he'll say howdy as an introduction a lot of the time. Like outside of the debate video. But yeah, it was interesting because I noticed that when kind of skimming through his dialogue back there. It's like, oh, that's interesting that they're making him speak like that, because he's very like posh in the anime, because they do make him seem more like high class or something. I wonder who his voice actor was. It's probably Ted Lewis, if I had to guess. Yeah, exactly right. He's like English. Yes, that's right. Alright, we'll go with Jigglypuff here. Actually, this might have been a bad idea, because Jigglypuff isn't very strong. It's like I do want to get my other Pokemon involved in some way. And actually, this Sandshrews female, so it's not going to be impacted by Cute Charm at all. It's a complete disconnect between the anime and the games. Exactly right, yeah. I guess that happens quite a few times. But, because I know Brock was a sexual fiend in the anime, but I don't remember him talking about things itching like he does in Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Yes. Alright, I probably won't use Jigglypuff again for this. We'll just swap on over to Ivysaur. It's like I would use Magikarp and Tackle, but I think its attack stat is 8. It's like it's not going to be doing anything against anything. And in fact, I could verify that in just a moment after this fight. God, Razor Leaf is so cool. It's like seeing this actually kind of makes me want to use a Leafeon in Platinum. Because Razor Leaf, I think, is the move you learn at level 16. But let's... I clicked on the wrong Pokemon. Yeah, its attack stat is 8. Because I don't think that stat has moved in, like, the past 5 level ups. It's just stayed at 8. But yeah, it's like Leafeon, its best attack is going to be Razor Leaf for the longest time, because it doesn't learn Leaf Blade until, like, level 71. And you could teach it Seed Bomb with the Battle Frontier. But it's like, that's not until the post-game, though. So you're stuck with Razor Leaf for the entire game. But seeing Razor Leaf's crits just pop up left and right with Ivysaur kind of seems fun to spam with other Pokemon. And thank you for the likes, by the way. We've now hit 2,000 likes over on TikTok. It's very, very kind. Now, we'll try using Sandshrew here. This might not go well, especially after that growl. And Spearow, I think, is going to outspeed me. Now, let's see. 6 damage. Oh, and then we miss. Alright. Now, who knows? We might get a crit. Sadly, no crit, but again, that speed got lowered. Ooh, Sandshrew coming in clutch against a wild Spearow, which isn't the most exciting thing. But hey, I'll take it. Anything to get the good old bros some experience. I would say that maybe we should do some training up north in that area that had all those trainers. But it's like, considering that we ran into a Caterpie as our only encounter up there, it's like I don't want to be dealing with bug Pokemon, because they're not going to give any experience. Like, yeah, Magikarp can probably handle Caterpie, but it would probably only be able to handle one or two of them, and the fight would take a while. And it's like, I think switch training would just be faster in this area over having a Magikarp fight for itself in the northern area. So that's kind of my thought process at the moment. But I think we're almost done here anyway. Probably need 6 or 7. Oh, jeez, I did the meme thing. No, we'll probably need a lot more than that. Probably 10 or 11. That's Dark Lizard rubbing off on me there, I think. It was just a subconscious thing. We'll probably need like 10 or 11 more wild battles at this rate. Alright, let's go heal up, because those quick attacks are starting to add up now. And the pecs from Spearow. And of course, something else to consider too is that we have the trainers on the inside of the gym that we can switch train against. So actually, I'm going to do that. I think we made a nice little dent into the XP bar for level 17 for Magikarp. We do have the bike shop here, but we can't get a bike yet. Where is the gym? Over here. Yes. Yeah, so let's take on these trainers. We won't take on Misty just yet, but we'll take on the trainers. Yeah, Magikarp's up in front. Okay. Alright. So we'll see what this first trainer has. It's like he said Splash, and I just thought of the Wind Waker NPC who says Splash in a very funny way. I won't reenact the way that he says it, so yeah, I don't want to be too weird on stream, but it's very silly. Alright, that smokescreen is actually going to do a bit of damage here. Well, not literal damage, but damage to my strategy. Because Razor Leaf is already inaccurate, with 95% accuracy. Which in any Pokemon game is inaccurate, because they'll fully run with that missing 5% there. Alright, Shelter, nice. When it comes to accuracy calculation and hitting. Alright. I'm loving that Shelter, though. That Shelter looks really cool. Oh. And of course, the AI hits Supersonic first turn. That's fine, though. I think we'll still be fine. Withdraw won't matter, because Razor Leaf is a special move here. It's like I said, I liked Shelter, and this is how I get repaid. With very poor luck there on the Shelter fight. That's alright. Probably won't have to heal up after this. Alright. An interesting placement on that final trainer. That's pretty cool. I guess you don't have to fight this final trainer, though. So you could just talk to Misty from her side. Alright, so Goldeen probably has Peck, so that'll be a little annoying. And it's too bad that Misty doesn't have, like a Goldeen or a Psyduck. Because I kind of don't like when trainers have Pokemon from the same line. Like how she does with Staryu and Starmie. Well, Ivysaur got a nice level up here. Cool. Well, that definitely helped with the experience gain. See how much good old Magikarp needs. 211. So that'll shorten down the grind time a little bit. Because I guess thankfully when Gyarados evolves, or when Magikarp evolves into Gyarados, right at level 20 we'll have access to Bite. And so I guess just right then and there we can jump into the Misty fight. Don't really need to do much else. Alright, so we'll go back here, and hopefully find a few more Spearow and Rattata. And out of curiosity, let's see how much damage this is going to do. Alright, that's not too bad, right? That's what, like a fifth? Or maybe a sixth of the Spearow's health? Alright. It's spamming Leer, which is kind of scary if it uses Peck on us. Thankfully, Magikarp is somewhat bulky. Oh, jeez, Growl. Oh, man. Please get a crit. Oh, another Growl. Oh, gosh. Yes, look at that. Spearow taken down by Magikarp. Alright, so what, another 150 now? Experience, so I guess 3 more fights. I mean, yes, Magikarp being a beast. Alright. Oh gosh, the Growl spam. I guess we can hope for another crit, because that would just fight through the attack loss that we're experiencing. Peck, that did 9 damage. So if we get crits, oh, very nice. We got a crit there. If we get crit, then we are screwed, especially with Leer. There we go. Old Spearow take it down once again. I think from now, from this point forward, we'll have to switch again, but very pleased though, Magikarp doing some damage on its own. That's so cool. And oh man, I should have sent out Sandshrew right now, but it's fine. So there we go with that. Oh damn, tackle missed. I'm surprised Magikarp's tackles didn't miss, because that's all we were using. Oh, well, I guess here's where the accuracy's kicking in to make up for those tackle hits earlier, where we have 3 straight misses with tackle. What the hell? There we go. Good lord. Bunch of shenanigans, I say. Alright. Alright, so probably one more wild encounter, which is, that's perfect. Literally the next step. And nah, we'll just switch. I won't use Magikarp. I won't risk getting critted. We'll let Sandshrew finish off the Spearow here. Alright, cool. Hey, there's a +1 to attack. Finally. Finally! Yes. Alright, so let's go heal up, and then let's use those rare candies. Oh, this is very exciting. And normally rare candies are like an item where it's like I always hang on to them throughout the entire journey, but then I never actually use them. Because they're one of those items where it's like, oh, well, you know, I'll probably use them at some point later, you know, so you save them. But then you never end up using them. But during this playthrough, let's actually use them. Even though we're very early game. There's Magikarp selected. I forgot about these animations too. Alright, so that's Magikarp elevated to level 19. And then one more. And then there's level 20. Oh, I love that. Yes, finally! Yes, we have our Gyarados. And there is Bite. Alright, let's see this Behemoth. So we do have Ivysaur, so we can compare the stats between Gyarados and Ivysaur. Gyarados 55 attack, which is crazy, although we'll mostly be using Bite during this next fight. So let me rearrange the moves. There we go. So we'll be using that less impressive 29 special attack stat, but we'll be tanking those water pulses with a nice 50 special defense stat and 48 speed. Alright, so if we compare that to Ivysaur, which is quite impressive actually, that special attack stat 48. Yeah, 48, because this is a calm nature Ivysaur, by the way. So yeah, that's not too shabby there. Both the Gyarados and Ivysaur have pretty similar stats as I was going back and forth there. Just the attack of Gyarados is much more impressive than Ivysaur's, but that makes sense. I guess something to consider too is that Gyarados probably doesn't have the best effort values. I think we faced more trainers with the Ivysaur. Obviously, because the Ivysaur has been used for all the Switch training. But anyway, enough talking. I will save. Yes, Gyarados 08. Love the Pruane references there. Big ups Pruane 2 forever. It's like I know I saved, but I feel more comfortable saving again. And alright, let's take on the infamous Misty. Ha, you heard her face. Alright, I won't read her dialogue like that. But, let's see here. Oh, what a beast. Oh, yes. Fantastic stuff there by Gyarados. You see, it's kind of like with GTA games, I'm quiet during the cutscenes and stuff. Or usually I am. Just like I like being quiet during the gym battles in this game. But yes, we get TM03 Water Pulse, which is a fantastic move, at least in the early to mid-game. Oh, phenomenal. And I was kind of faffing about there. Oh, I forgot to talk to this guy. Yeah, we beat Misty. Well, he didn't tell me anything. I didn't even talk to him. You and me, kid, we make a pretty darn good team. Well, forget about this guy. He's trying to tag along with us. No, this is Kirby69's and Antonio Curtis's journey here. Not this imposter type of guy. This sick freak. Alright. Well, anyway, we took care of him. Well, I should have also included my name in the journey, but I would say if there are any partners in crime here, it would be one of you two guys. Not that guy. But anyway, what I was going to say, though, before getting distracted was, oh my god, was I tried toying around with the damage of Tackle and Bite by Gyarados. So I was, like, curious which one would do more damage against the Starmie, or no, Staryu. And Tackle ended up doing more damage, but that kind of screwed me over because it used Water Pulse on me, which confused me, and then it's like, well, if I would have used Bite, I could have flinched to avoid the confusion and all that good stuff. But it's whatever. So anyway, I think we'll do some switch training, no longer with Ivysaur for now. I think we'll be using Gyarados as the one to take out Pokemon. So the people here were robbed. Oh gosh. It's obvious that Team Rocket is behind the most heinous crime. Well, I think there are technically worse crimes than being robbed, but, you know, we won't get into that. Yeah, this place is crazy. Yeah, so Dig is being mentioned here. And I actually love the sprites they use for, like, the plant getting knocked over and the chairs out of alignment, books on the ground, the shelves leaking fluids. No, it's probably some type of cloth or whatever. Anyway, this guy does not give us Dig. He talks about it, though. But yes, exactly right. It is time for that. Let's see, what do I have out? Jigglypuff is my... Really, I should get Sandshrew a bit more experience. Even though Sandshrew can kind of fight for itself. I do think it would be good to get Sandshrew a little bit more XP. Actually, Machop is perfect for this because of the 1 attack effort value you end up getting from it. Yes, so it's the Rocket guy that gives it to us. Okay, perfect. Because I wasn't sure if, like, he leaves and he leaves the TM on the ground or something, and then we can potentially give it back to the guy inside. But then he's like, no, you should keep it. Actually, I will go back in there just to talk to him and see what happens. But yeah, exactly right. I forgot to comment on that, Al. Yes, that was 100% worth the 2 rare candies. Because it's awesome, you know, using different Pokemon and stuff. So we know how awesome Ivysaur is, but... it's good to give these other Pokemon some time to shine, especially after all that Switch training. See, that's what it's all about right there. That is why I like the older games quite a bit, because the movesets aren't as good. You don't have the EXP all on at all times. So I'm not a hater necessarily of Sword and Shield and Scarlet and Violet and all that, but, you know, I do like how there's more of a grind in these games, so it's more worthwhile accomplishing what you want to accomplish. Like, you really do feel accomplished by doing it, you know? Alright, and that's the beauty right there of Bite as well. It's just those random flinches that came in handy against the Staryu, and now here against this Drowsy. Actually, I wouldn't even mind playing like Sword and Shield and Scarlet and Violet on stream. At some point, not like after this game or anything, but at some point. Alright, so he gave us the TM. Do want to talk to this guy, though. What's lost is lost. Decided to teach Diglett how to dig without a TM. Oh, very nice. So I like thinking that he just started, like, you know, clawing at the ground and showing Diglett that way. But yeah, I think Diglett can just learn it naturally. Alright, but speaking of learning, let's teach good old Sandshrew Dig, which is going to be its best attack for quite a while. Yes, some moves should be deleted, and let's see what we have. So there's Rock Tomb, Scratch, Defense Curl, and Sand Attack. I like having Scratch. I don't think Sandshrew can learn Rollout, so I'm going to get rid of Defense Curl, because I do kind of value Sand Attack a bit more than Defense Curl, but I could be off the mark with that. I don't know. They're very trivial moves at the end of the day, because they're not going to be like my long-term moves or anything. Hey, welcome back, Jay. Good to see ya. And I won't teach Gyarados Water Pulse because it's actually not the best user of Water-type moves. Alright, so let's rearrange these moves. This Dig should be in the first spot. Followed by Rock Tomb, because that has higher power. Yeah, 50 over Scratch, and it's 40. Alright, so I'm feeling pretty good now. Let's swap, yeah, let's put Jiggly... Well, yeah, let's put Jigglypuff back. Because actually, once Jigglypuff learns Defense Curl and Rollout, I think I will evolve it then. Oh yeah, we need Cut. That's something that we do need. So we're not able to go that way quite yet. Let's go down south. So we have some more ledges. What is this? Trainer tips. Pokemon can be made to hold an item? Yes. Ooh, is there a hidden item over here? Nah, it doesn't look like it. But alright. Route 5 will have some interesting Pokemon, because I think you can find some things here. And that is the Daycare, which actually could be pretty handy considering our Sandshrew and Jigglypuff are pretty low on levels. Alright, this is a guard on duty, but he's thirsty though, so the road's closed, yes. The original roadblock. Alright, let's advance forward here. Do we have a Nidoran female? I want to trade it for her Nidoran male. It's actually not a bad trade, because Nidoran females are pretty common in this game. But if you don't already have one, then you're kind of screwed, because it's going to be a while until you can get one again. But that's not a bad trade because, of course, traded Pokemon belong to a different trainer, and I'm sure there's plenty of hidden items down here. Which I think, yeah, she even mentions that NPC right there. But anyway, yeah, if you're using a traded Pokemon, then they're gonna get a boosted amount of experience, which is really nice. So we have a Citrus Berry, cool, that restores 30 hit point. And a rare candy. Oh, look at that, replenishing a rare candy stack. You'd love to see it. Alright, we also have some enemies, well, enemies down there. Other trainers down there. Turning into Gaius the Raptor. Alright, so we have a bunch of thirsty guards who all have the same problem here. Thirsty in the sense of needing to quench their thirst, not so much in the, you know, following a million Instagram models pages. Alright, so we'll save our game. And we'll fight this bug catcher. Who's disappointed that there's not many bugs out here. I love that. Alright, still using Weedles, though. Interesting, level 16. I think, sadly, we'll have to switch to Ivysaur, because I don't want to get poisoned at this point. And actually, what time is it? 11:45. Alright, I'll keep that in mind. As I check something real quick, and Caterpie. We will use Sandshrew for that. Sandshrew should be able to handle a Caterpie. Okay. Rock Tomb. Yeah, I'll probably get to the next town and then call stream at that point. Probably go till 12 o'clock my time. Because actually, the past 2.5 hours have gone by pretty quickly, to be honest. It's been a really nice stream today. Alright, got another wacky Weedle. Actually, maybe we should catch something, because I'm sure you can find new things in this particular route. Yeah, exactly, I think so. I was going to actually call you Antonio. Which I don't know, do you prefer if I call you that, since it is your username? Oh, you don't mind either. Okay, cool. And damn, Rock Tomb keeps missing. But anyway, though, yeah, I agree with the stream being quite fine. It's actually very fun. Even though I know people are more interested in the Grand Theft Auto stuff, but it's like, no, this is quite comfy, I think. You should be able to find Meowth, I think, if this is based on Pokemon Blue. It could be. Let's see. Just kind of play around a little bit. Hey, speak of the devil. There is Meowth, hell yeah. Which would actually be great to fight with Jigglypuff with, or against. Well, we should catch this before committing to taking things out. Oh wow, that was a really nice crit. Very nice by Jigglypuff. Puts Meowth in perfect range. Now the thing about Meowth, I mentioned this briefly earlier when we got the TM for Thief, where we can use Thief on Meowth because sometimes they do hold nuggets. That's what I read. I didn't actually confirm that on Bulbapedia. Adores round objects, which makes sense for the golden nugget that it, allegedly might carry. It wanders the streets on a nightly basis to look for dropped loose change. Very nice. In fact, we should just keep a Meowth in our party because it has Pickup as its ability. And Pickup works a lot like in Ruby and Sapphire, where there's just a set group of items that it can pick up randomly after battle. With the game, the Versus Seeker is basically a cheat code for both XP and money. Exactly right, yeah. So we're not in super need of needing to steal nuggets off of things. Kind of like in Pokemon Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald, where using Thief on the Rich Boy and Lass outside of Petalburg Woods is a very, very useful strategy for getting money. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, though, right? Pickup does give you really crappy berries in this game. Because I think they're mostly used for, like, berry mixing. And I keep, like... I'm undecided of whether or not to continue using Jigglypuff or Sandshrew for the Switch training stuff. I think we should really get Sandshrew leveled up. Well, for this and Fire Red and Leaf Green, I did look this up because I was curious what had pickup in this game. Oh. Well, we shouldn't use Sandshrew here. That's not a good choice. that gets to Squirtle. But yes, it is a set group of items that are mostly berries. But there are things like PP Up, which is incredibly nice for non-dirty reasons. But also nuggets are in that pool. So it's a very good idea to keep a Meowth on your team. Well, at least we got some nice experience there for good old Sandshrew. With Camper Ricky, that sounds familiar. I feel like Camper Ricky is also in another game as well. That's interesting because it's almost entirely berries. Then there's a 5% table with nuggets and shit. Yes, exactly. And normally I don't like saying swear words, so I kind of feel like dirty now. But we'll go ahead and test out Dig, actually, on this Rattata. I love that animation. Yeah, exactly. I felt the mind control there. Alright, sadly we don't have the Quick Claw, so I'd love to use that on Sandshrew. To at least have the chance of outspeeding things, because I don't anticipate Sandshrew and Sandslash ever really outspeeding anything. Which actually, ooh, this is going to be nice. We have a Pikachu here. Which Pikachu does have static, which can still affect us, to my knowledge. Well, exactly right, you know. Gaz, he sometimes mistypes things, you know, so there's some funny business going on sometimes with moves and names of things. But alright, let's see if static impacts us. Thankfully it didn't. Okay, Sandshrew. Putting in some work. Oh, you love to see it. It's super cool. Actually, there's a bug catcher here. So maybe Sandshrew can get him some hits here. Gets this Butterfree. Oh, the lovely Butterfree. Very underrated Pokemon. It's level 20. So I don't think we'll be able to do too much damage to it. It's probably going to have Confusion. So I'm going to go with Gyarados. Because that Confusion will hurt Ivysaur a little bit. Oh, and Supersonic, of course. But I'm not too mad about that Supersonic hitting because Butterfree has Compound Eyes. Which is why I like Butterfree so much, because of things like Supersonic spam. Of course, Poison Powder, that's something that can happen. But more deadly, I think, or more annoying, in my eyes, would be Sleep Powder spam. Of course, then there's Supersonic again. Again, I can't get too mad at that because of Compound Eyes. It's like I was tempted to use Bite, but I think Butterfree has higher special defense than physical defense. And I've always liked that when they try to, like, double confuse you. It's like, or triple confused at this point. It's like they really want you to just be confused at this point. Alright, this is kind of dangerous. We'll go for it. Alright, we snapped out of confusion. Perfect. And then there goes Butterfree. So very nice, 342 in the way of experience. Fantastic. And something I should make a habit of doing now is checking Meowth out to see if it has an item. We have some more trainers down there. I'm actually going to retreat. Or actually, maybe I could just retreat down. Well, no, I would have to fight these trainers. Alright, I'm going to retreat back. So we're kind of prolonging the stream here, which I think is fine. Because actually, I'd like to go back to Cerulean City because there was that like little patch of grass, or a couple patches of grass behind the daycare. So I wouldn't mind running through those just to see what's back there. Maybe we'll run into something. And it won't take too long to get back to this point. So we'll probably have another 10 minutes of gameplay here. Man, this has been like so fun. Very exciting, seeing the progress with my team. It's like I've said it before, and I'll say it probably a million times afterward. That old Bulbasaur is really good. I like it. Doesn't have the most diverse move pool, but it's not half bad. The moves it has are awesome. And actually something I wouldn't mind getting once we get to Celadon City is an Abra. Because Abra has teleport, which will be nice because we can just use that in place of Fly. So it'll be a while until we get Fly in this game to move between towns. But that'll help out quite a bit in getting back to Pokemon Centers quickly. Oh. Yep, that was bound to happen at some point. Since we don't have Cut yet. Yeah, it's this way. That's my bad. Alright, let's quickly get to that side of the walkway. Alright, so like I said, I wanted to go down this just to see if there's anything special, potentially, that we could run into. Because I don't remember all of the encounter tables and stuff on these routes. Damn, level 15 Pidgey. Good lord. That is awesome. And very nice with the damage there by Rock Tomb. I feel like Scratch could knock out the Pidgey. We'll just go with Rock Tomb. Let's try not to overthink it too much. It's like there's almost a temptation to catch that and then level it up once. And then, you know, kind of knock out two birds with one stone there with the Pokedex entries. Okay, well, that's a Meowth. Yeah, let's fight this thing. Why not? It's like, I wonder if you can find Drowsy here. It might be a bit later on, like to the east of Vermilion City, I think. Alright, cool. Alright, is there another patch of grass? No, so we'll encounter one more thing and just see what happens. Alright, another Pidgey. Either way, this is a nice experience for Sandshrew, so I don't hate this. We went out of our way to do this. Man, Sandshrews putting in some work. Oh, warms my heart seeing that. Because I've always liked Sandshrew. Oh yeah, we have to use the tunnel area. I actually wonder what items you can find in the underground path. Probably just things like Paralyzed Hills or whatever. Maybe an ether or two. But alright, I won't mess around too much down here. Because we still do have like a couple or something at the end of this route before we make it to Vermilion. Nope. Why? We can run through the grass, that's fine. Let's see what we have. Another Meowth, that's fine. So that should get us to level 16 now. Let's see how much damage Scratch does, I'm curious. Oh, well, we flinched. Let's try it again. We'll kind of guesstimate incorporating the attack loss from Grell. Alright, that's not too bad. Would have done like half. Alright, that takes care of that. And level 16 now. +2 in attack and defense. Love to see it. Alright, cool. Anything over here? Maybe a hidden item? Nah. See, now this would have been a double battle in Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald. It's like I wish they had those in this game. Alright, so she has a Pidgey, level 16. Okay. Sadly, we've taken some damage. Wow, Sandshrews outspeeding something? Oh, I'm shocked by that. So yeah, it's using Sand Attack, which isn't good. Let's go ahead and use Scratch now. Alright, next up is another Pidgey. I guess we'll test our luck with Rock Tomb. That Sand Attack is going to make this a bit of a struggle. Wow, and he hits! Oh, that is awesome. Wow. Sandshrew the Beast. Hitting through Sand Attack, outspeeding that first Pidgey. That's great. Alright, one last Pidgey here. I don't know, we're kind of pushing it now with our luck with Sandshrew, so let's swap over to Jigglypuff. Maybe Jigglypuff will be fine. With just some pound attacks. Yeah, if there's a move I'd want to disable, it wouldn't be Tackle. Let's just use Pound for now. Yeah, it's like, that's the move I'd want to disable. Sand Attack. Oh, nice crit there. Look at Jigglypuff. Oh. You know what? I think I made the right choice with these team members. Alright, so both Sandshrew and Jigglypuff are weak now, so we'll switch train and get Jigglypuff at the front. We'll probably switch to Gyarados against this gentleman, who's actually kind of like a youngster, Camper Jeff here, who has a Spearow. Oh, there's the wonderful Intimidate taking effect. Although I guess it gets nullified by the Leer usage. So that was pretty smart by the Spearow. But that was not smart. Should have actually attacked me. Alright, and... oh, Raticate. Interesting. We'll send out Sandshrew against this, not to actually use, but I want to switch out to switch back in, so Intimidate takes effect again. The Eradicate, interesting. Starting to see those like evolved Pokemon now, like we saw that Butterfree earlier, and it actually did some pretty good damage to our Pokemon. So yeah, that Quick Attack didn't do much damage to us though. It's like I'm gonna spam Bite, but it keeps using Quick Attack, so I'm like, well, maybe we can flinch this thing. No such luck. But that's fine. Alright, that takes care of the old Raticates. Sandshrew and Gyarados get some nice XP. This stinks, and not in the good way. But we get a nice $320. Now we're in Vermilion City. Oh, I love that music. It's like I've always felt like these people who are like standing next to something important have something important to say. Like they're standing right where you would speak to the Nurse Joy. And hey, this is actually the Verse Seeker. Yes, so now we already have this thing. Awesome. So this person was important because they were standing next to something important. See, it pays off to speak with the NPCs. So wow, we could use the Versus Seeker then, like next stream to, you know, train up our Jigglypuff and our Sandshrew some more. Oh, what a fantastic bit of progress we've made during this stream. It's like I almost don't want to end it, but I know I'm running a bit late because it's 12 now, my time. And it's like I would like to do some other things today. But yeah, this, I know, this was, you know, again, Pokemon. This is like more of a Grand Theft Auto type of channel, but I don't care about that. I just love playing Pokemon, man. It's just so fun. And so I'll say my goodbyes now. And actually, let me save my game here. But yes, I'd like to thank everybody for watching. Kirby69's over on TikTok. It was great having you in chat, because you were a lot of fun to talk to. And thank you for the 6,000 likes on TikTok. That is very nice that you sent those on over. And of course on YouTube, it was mostly Al today. It's always great to have Al around. And if there were any lurkers watching, either on TikTok or YouTube, I really appreciate it. And I hope you all enjoyed the stream, because I know I did. I quite enjoyed this stream. So thank you all for watching. I might stream again tomorrow. And if I do, it'll just be more Pokemon Leaf Green. So with that, whenever my next stream is, I will see you next time.